Hello, I'm Adriana, trauma-informed yoga instructor and physiotherapist, and today I have a yoga practice for you that focuses on the spine. It might be handy to have something to sit on, such as a bolster or a block, so you can grab that if you have one of those, and your yoga mat, and we'll get started. I invite you to start sitting with me today. You can sit any way that feels comfortable for you. As I mentioned, if you have a block, a bolster, even a book would work to help lift the hips. If that feels better, you can grab that now. Just take a moment to breathe here. You can close the eyes if you would like, or you can keep them open. Notice your sit bones on the surface beneath you. Relax your shoulders. And take one nice deep breath here. If your eyes are closed, you may want to open them. Moving into an exercise for both the upper and the lower spine. You can keep the legs like this if you would like, or you can bring the left knee or left leg so it's over the right leg. This works through the hips. And with the arms, you can take the left arm and bring it underneath the right arm. You can have the hands like this, or you can clasp the hands together, whatever feels better for you. Gentle stretch through the mid-back, upper back, the hip. Knowing that this practice is completely yours, you can come out of any of the shapes at any time. If you're still with me, one more inhale and exhale here. Then I invite you to unclasp the arms if they're clasped and switch the way that your legs are if you are doing the legs. So the bottom one, the left one goes underneath, the right one goes over top. Once again, getting a sensation through the hips here. One side may feel different than the other side, so pay attention to that, acknowledge that. If it doesn't feel good on one side, you can always do something different. And this time, taking the right arm underneath the left. And once again, you can clasp the hands or you can leave them out. Finding the version that calls to you today, honoring that choice. Spending a few moments here. Once again, maybe connecting with those sit bones. One more breath in and out. And I invite you to unclasp the hands if they are clasped. You can place the legs any way that feels good for them. Moving into a gentle rotation of the spine here. So taking the left hand, you can bring it over to the right knee as far as feels comfortable and turn your body over to the right. Keeping that back nice and tall. Breath in and out. If you have scoliosis or a kyphosis, something with the spine, sometimes holding in longer rotations or movements of the spine can be uncomfortable or potentially not the best option for you. So make sure if you have those things that you're listening to your body and maybe working with someone one-on-one. You can turn back to center now, rotating the other way. Right hand might go to the left leg and you may turn your body over to the left, rotating as far as feels safe, as far as feels comfortable. Maybe focusing on those sit bones again, noticing if your body is lifting or not, perhaps keeping those sit bones down. And on an exhale, making your way back to center. I invite you to come onto hands and knees now for some cat-cows. Hands down, knees down, rounding throughout the spine, chin to chest, lowering the stomach to the ground, tailbone goes up, moving at your own speed here. You can go fast or slow, anything that feels good for your spine today. Finding those gentle movements. On an exhale, rounding throughout the spine, chin to chest. On an inhale, lowering the stomach to the ground, tailbone goes up. And from here, if it feels good for you, you could take this right arm and slide it underneath, moving over to the left side of your mat, perhaps even past your mat. Threading the needle here, getting a sensation throughout the mid-back. You can bring your hips back if you would like to and get more of a twist, or you can keep them up, whichever version feels good for your body. On an exhale, taking that right hand, placing it back where it was, and taking the left hand and rotating under. Once again, you can bring the hips back if you'd like to get more of a sensation, or you can keep the hips up, anything that feels good. On an exhale, coming back to center. If you would like, you can join me in a gentle strength exercise for the spine, for the core. Keeping the neck nice and long here. Shifting the weight over to the right hand, the right leg, and just gently lifting that left leg up behind you. Holding for 3, 2, 1, lowering that leg, shifting the weight over to the left, lifting the right leg behind you, holding for 3, 2, 1, lowering the body down. Once again, shifting the weight over to the right, this time lifting the left arm up, holding for 3, 2, 1, letting it come down. Last time, shifting the body to the left, lifting the right arm, holding for 3, 2, 1. Lowering that hand. You can take any resting shape that feels good for you, perhaps child's form with me, bringing those knees wide, or you can keep them together. Bring the hips back towards your feet. Arms can go forward. Your head can rest on the mat. Perhaps you even let your head rest on your hands. Taking a few gentle moments here. Honoring your spine for keeping you upright, moving you throughout the day. And wherever you are, I invite you to come join me on your back, making your way there. And once on the back, moving through a few different exercises here to once again strengthen and stretch or mobilize the spine and the hips. First exercise being a mini crunch here. So if you would like, you can have your hands behind your head to help support your neck. And really gently lifting the head up. Maybe the chest comes up or the backs of the shoulder blades come off the mat slightly. And then you come back down. And you lift up gently, just small amounts of the shoulder blades coming up, a little mini crunch, a mini sit-up here. If it calls to you to bring the body higher, you could, but you do not need to. Working through one more. If your hands are supporting your neck, you can place them down by your body here. Bring the feet slightly closer to the glutes if that feels good for you. And moving through a bridge. So a few different variations of bridge. One could be to really gently tilt the pelvis, very gently lifting the glutes up in the air. A second version could be to lift the glutes up higher in the air, as high as feels comfortable. And a third version could be to lift the glutes up and then march your legs back and forth. So you can decide, you can choose the version that feels good for your body. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wherever you are, you can lower the body down. Perhaps bringing the knees to the chest here, gentle stretch throughout the spine, rocking back and forth. Moving into the final shape here, a supine twist. So you can keep your legs up if you would like and twist them over to the right. Now, if this doesn't feel good to twist that much, you can keep your feet on the ground and twist over to the right. So a little bit of a different sensation, a little bit of different muscles working. So you can find whichever shape calls to you, whichever one feels nice for your body. And we'll spend a few moments here in this rotation. Perhaps focusing in on sensations in the body. Maybe focusing on your breath. In your own time, bringing the legs back up, twisting over to the other side. Once again, you can have the knees down if you'd like to twist, or you can bring the knees up, the feet up, and twist over. Whichever feels good for you. Moving in a way that feels safe and comfortable for your spine. And coming back out when you're ready. Ending in the final resting shape of your choice. Taking a few deep, gentle breaths here. Relaxing the jaw, the neck, allowing the spine to sink into the surface. Maybe you thank your spine for getting you through this practice today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.